it is to look yourself in the mirror when you put the suit on, but how does that emotionally and mentally affect you as an actor?
It just changes your whole stance. Everything changes, and people react to you differently. Like people get out of your way. It's funny because also the armor on it's kind of like real armor. So if someone bumps into you,
hurts. I hurt myself.
Yeah, everyone does.
I can take care of myself.
Tell you, I love seeing this Selena Kyle version who's more human. How do you think your version of her is going to change maybe the preconception people has of Catwoman and Selena?
Well, I hope that people get a greater sense of who she is as a human being.
I have a thing about strays. The cat. It's got a nice ring.
New friend of yours? I'm not so sure.
In this film, she's not really Catwoman yet, you know, so it was really quite easy to focus on Selena and learning a little bit more about why she is the way she is and what will lead her to make the decision to be Catwoman is really wonderful. And I think also, you know, in a film like this, we often don't get multi-dimensional female characters. I think it's really important to explore that more.
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
What I loved about it the most is that the movie is a riddle itself, you know, kind of like for the audience.
Well, that was really the thing. You know, it's interesting. Early on, I knew that I wanted to lean into the world's greatest detective aspect. I felt like that was the one thing. I wanted the movie to feel fresh. I wanted to approach it in a story that hasn't been done in the movies because there's so many great Batman movies, and I wanted this one to be able to stand on its own and to be distinctive.
I think what's wonderful about it is it allows us to ask questions about Batman that we don't necessarily, that sometimes we take for granted in previous versions. We have to see them with fresh eyes and move forward through the film in that way from the start.
All these years, you lied to me, Alfred. What do you want with those scars, Bruce?
I knew that what I wanted to do was to put Batman at the center of a very psychological story, and that I wanted his relationship with these characters, especially like with Selena Kyle, or even as he's having these scenes with the Riddler, that it would all be playing out in a kind of cat and mouse, very psychological sort of game, these playing out these kind of riddles and these kind of puzzles, that all of it was needed to be intimate as it was spectacular, and so that was really the key.
Riddler is asking for you. The killer did this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
The riddle has such a strong, you know, preconception with people. What was the key to break that and actually create a memorable character?
Well, Matt Reeves really gave me the key, or the first key, which was a really beautifully, fully realized script. For me, it was about discovering probably who that person was and where their pain comes from.
I started thinking about real-life killers, you know, because I thought of this idea of leaving messages and ciphers, and I thought that sounds like the Riddler. And so this idea that somehow the Riddler could be leaving messages for the Batman, which would be
Chegou a hora.
for Batman,
Solta o
because
som.
Batman's meant to be anonymous. Why are you writing to me?
Okay.
Chegou a hora. Solta o som.
He could not be who he is without that
Chegou
mask.
a hora.
So
Solta o som.
that is who the Riddler is, and that mask and his costume is giving him access to a part of himself that without he would probably not be able
Chegou
to
a
have,
hora.
as
Solta o som.
inspired by and similar to, I think,
Chegou a hora. Solta o som.
You're to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city. You're part of this.
Chegou a hora.
Well, you
Solta o som.
knowing that Matt kind of wrote
Chegou
the
a
character
hora.
inspired by
Solta o
you,
som.
were you surprised to find out what was his conception of you as a